Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are fishing a spot that I haven't been to in a very long time. If y'all remember, a long time ago we came to this swampy looking area and we fished here. We caught some nice sized fish. We've seen baby alligators here. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna start with the cane poles. Oh no, just hooked myself in the shirt. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the cane pole. I have a spoon tied on. I'm probably not gonna stick with that, but we're gonna start with it because, as usual, I normally start with whatever's tied on. And we're gonna see if we can get anything. So yeah, I was gonna go to the alligator spot, but I decided I wanted to go somewhere different. And what I might do today as well is, since we have the open area, I might break out my 24-foot rod. I don't know yet, but I might end up doing that. It might be a bit interesting to see how it performs in a spot like this. I'm trying to crush these barbs flat so I can get this hook out. It's not working. I might just be fishing with a rod attached to me today, I don't know. So let me get this whole thing hashed out and then we'll get to the fishing. All right guys, we're officially unhooked. What I'm using is a 14-foot B&M Black Widow, and our lure is this surf jig, basically. It's mostly made for saltwater, but I've had pretty good luck with it in fresh. We're gonna see if we can, I mostly want to use this to see how deep this spot is. I fished here many times using stuff that's not so heavy, and I never really got to see how deep it was. I really just want to see how deep it is. Alright, so not too much there. So we're probably going to end up wrapping that one up for now. We're going to switch to a more traditional jig head and see if we can get a smaller species to bite. Now, I do have the Tenkara rods in the car. I may end up breaking out the Imago if we don't get anything on the cane poles. I'm keeping an eye out for gators because I have seen them here, and I don't want to get eaten today. Granted, the only ones I saw were babies, but if there's babies, and there's probably adults. So, but they don't feed on us anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But I still want to see them if I see them. They're always kind of cute and stuff. So what we've got now is on my brim buster, the traditional one. We've got a blue. All right guys, that was weird. I put a battery in and it died really fast. So I changed batteries. Hopefully it's gonna last a bit longer. But like I was trying to tell you, is we have a pretty much what we left off with last time. Blue body, chartreuse, little speckle in the tail with a black head with a white eye. Hopefully this is gonna get us a nice little bite. Only one way to find out. Well, we hooked into something, but it's not a bass. But we are hooked into something. We were hooked into something. So, all right, before I change those out, I'm gonna go grab the Tenkara rod, so I'll be right back. All right, guys. We're switching to the Imago. We have just an olive and chicken hackle kabari on some floating line with about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet of leader tippet. Kind of a longer line that I normally fish with, but since we have so much space, I figure why not use it, right? So we should have quite the reach with this, as long as we can get past these bushes. And there we go. We're just gonna fish this semi-slow. We're gonna let it sit on top first, just to see if there's anything even out there. And then as time goes, we'll fish it subsurface. Still having issues with my GoPro here, guys, but I think we got it ironed out now. It keeps on dying on me really fast. I'm not sure why. Had this issue before and it's really annoying. It is also midday. That could be part of the issue as well, that they're just not feeding right now. I've heard a couple pops, but not much. I'm gonna try one more thing before we put this up. Actually, I'm gonna try two more things. Well, no, just one. We're gonna change the fly to something with a lot bigger presentation. And then if that doesn't work, we're gonna go back to the cane poles. So let's get to it. So what we're switching to is this glass bead minnow imitation that I tied one time. I do remember it's kind of hard to cast, but since there's so many fish feeding on minnows right now, I figured maybe it's a good time to try it. Alright guys, I'm doing something I don't normally do, but we're going to fish with two rods at once. I have this red worm, I left it kind of bent so it'll kind of look like that in the water. So it looks like it's constantly sinking. Then I have about a foot going up to a float, and that's going to be on the little jewel, right? And then, see if I can get this out there. I'm getting snagged up. Alright, so we're going to let that sit out there on the bottom, just let it freely float. Not going to give it any activity. Just let it do its thing, right? And then on the other rod, we have a heavier jig head. And what we have tied on there is a Fire Tiger grub. I'm trying to get this where I can lay it down. We have a Fire Tiger grub. I plan on fishing this one on my 14-footer. And I want to fish it fast, which is why I put such a heavy weight on there, because that heavy weight makes it sink quicker, but it also means that that tail moves a bit more. So you want to fish this really quick. And that heavy tail really that heavier weight really allows it to get more. We had a nibble. Really allows it to have a bit more, oops, that was a terrible cast. Really allows it to have more motion because it sinks so much faster. Now I'm still getting grass, which means I'm still fishing too deep. So this is really shallow here. So I'm gonna put like literally like just 6 inches under the float. See how that does. This water might be way shallower than I originally anticipated, or at least over there is. Not sure about straight out in front of us. We got something, guys. Am I even recording? I am. Feels like we got a nice little, what is that? What is that, a little bluegill. It's about time we got something. So there we go. Very nice, very dark bluegill. So there we go, guys. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish. I love it when they have those swampy colors. We're gonna let him go right here. All right. So, we may have found the crux of our issue. We are fishing too deep. So hopefully now that we have the depth kind of fixed up, we can maybe replicate this kind of setup with more reach on a longer rod. And if we get another bite really quickly, we know we were just fishing too deep. I could have sworn this spot was deeper than that. And maybe it is. Maybe this one fish just happened to be swimming by at the exact time that we did that. But who knows? You know? We'll find out if we catch more. Or maybe there's like a deep hole right here, then it shallows up around it, and we just keep getting snagged on the shallows on the way in. Well, guys, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Today we only got that one fish, and I tried everything. I tried K-Roo, I tried cane pole, I tried it all. Y'all saw some of it. I don't know how much it's gonna actually go in the video. This video might be really short. Otherwise, it's gonna be a lot of piddling of me talking about how frustrated I am that nothing is eating. There was fish out there. I heard them feeding. I think we probably would have done better if we had brought bait, because they're definitely not feeding on activity. They're just feeding if it hits right in front of their face. I got a little overzealous yesterday after going to the creek, and I was like, oh, well, fishing's got to be picking up everywhere, but I didn't think about it. That creek is going to warm up a lot faster than, you know, these ponds and stuff that are around here. So these are going to take some time to warm up. But we will be back here, and we're gonna catch some fish here, because I want to see a flyer. I haven't caught a flyer in forever, so hopefully we can get a hold of one here. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, take it easy.